This video is for educational purposes. Jersey City is the second most populous city in the U.S. state of New Jersey, after Newark. It is the county seat of Hudson County, and is the county's most populous city and its largest, by area. As of the 2020 United States Census, the city's population was 292,449, an increase of 44,852, plus 18.1%, from the 2010 census count of 247,597, in turn an increase of 7,542, plus 3.1%, from the 240,055 enumerated at the 2000 census. The Census Bureau's Population Estimates program calculated that the city's population was 286,670 in 2022, ranking the city the 74th most populous in the country. Subscribe to this channel and click the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. Constituting part of the New York metropolitan area, Jersey City is bounded on the east by the Hudson River and Upper New York Bay and on the west by the Hackensack River and Newark Bay. A port of entry, with 30.7 miles (49.4 kilometers) of waterfront and extensive rail infrastructure and connectivity, the city is an important transportation terminus and distribution and manufacturing center for the Port of New York and New Jersey. The Holland Tunnel and Path Mass Transit services connect across the Hudson River with Manhattan. Redevelopment of the Jersey City waterfront has made the city one of the largest centers of banking and finance in the United States and has led to the district and city being nicknamed Wall Street West. Jersey City's proximity to Manhattan and its own financially based economy have propelled apartment rents in the city to some of the highest in the United States. The land comprising what is now Jersey City was inhabited by the Lenape, a collection of Native American tribes, later called Delaware Indian. In 1609, Henry Hudson, seeking an alternate route to East Asia, anchored his small vessel Half Main, English, Half Moon, at Sandy Hook, Harsimus Cove and Weehawken Cove, and elsewhere along what was later named the North River. After spending 9 days surveying the area and meeting its inhabitants, he sailed as far north as Albany. The contemporary flag of the city is a variation on the Prince's flag from the Netherlands. The stripes are blue, white and yellow, with the center of the flag showing the city seal, depicting Hudson's ship, the Half Moon, and other modern vessels. By 1621, the Dutch West India Company was organized to manage this new territory, and in June 1623, New Netherland became a Dutch province, with headquarters in New Amsterdam. Michael Rainier's Pauw received a land grant as patroon on the condition that he would establish a settlement of not fewer than 50 persons within 4 years. He chose the west bank of the Hudson River and purchased the land from the Lenape. This grant is dated November 22, 1630, and is the earliest known conveyance for what are now Hoboken and Jersey City. Pauw, however, was an absentee landlord who neglected to populate the area and was obliged to sell his holdings back to the company in 1633. That year, a house was built at Communipaw for Jan Evertson Bout, superintendent of the colony, which had been named Pavonia, the Latinized form of Pauw's name, which means peacock. Shortly after, another house was built at Harsimus Cove and became the home of Cornelius Van Vorst, who had succeeded Bout as superintendent, and whose family would become influential in the development of the city. Relations with the Lenape deteriorated, in part because of the colonialists' mismanagement and misunderstanding of the indigenous people, and led to series of raids and reprisals and the virtual destruction of the settlement on the West Bank. During Kieft's War, approximately 80 Lenapes were killed by the Dutch in a massacre at Pavonia on the night of February 25, 1643. Scattered communities of farmsteads characterized the Dutch settlements at Pavonia, Communipaw, Harsimus, Paulus Hook, Hobuck, Owyhaken, Pamrapo, and other lands, behind Kil Van Kull. The village of Bergen, located inside a palisade garrison, was established on what is now Bergen Square in 1660 and officially chartered on September 5, 1661, as the state's first local civil government. As a result, it is regarded as the first permanent settlement and oldest municipality in what would become the state of New Jersey. In addition, the oldest surviving houses in Jersey City are of Dutch origin, including the Newkirk House, 1690, the Van Vorst Farmhouse, 1740, and the Van Wagenen House, 1740. In 1804, Alexander Hamilton, now a private citizen, was focused on increasing manufacturing in the greater New York City area. To that end, he helped to create the Associates of the Jersey Company, which would lay the groundwork for modern Jersey City through private development. The consortium behind the company were predominantly Federalists who, like Hamilton, had been swept out of power in the election of 1800 by Thomas Jefferson and other Democratic Republicans. Large tracts of land in Paulus Hoek were purchased by the company with the titles owned by Anthony Day, who was from a prominent Old Dutch family, and his two cousins, Colonel Richard Varick, the former mayor of New York City, 1789 to 1801, and Jacob Radcliffe, a justice of the New York Supreme Court who would later become mayor of New York City, twice, from 1810 to 1811 and again from 1815 to 1818. They laid out the city squares and streets that still characterize the neighborhood, giving them names also seen in Lower Manhattan or after-war heroes, Grove, Varick, Mercer, Wayne, Monmouth, and Montgomery among them. Despite Hamilton's untimely death in August 1804, the association carried on, though the enterprise was mired in a legal dispute between New York City and the state of New Jersey over who owned the waterfront. The unresolved dispute would continue until the Treaty of 1834, where New York City formally ceded control of Jersey City to New Jersey. Over that time, though, the Jersey Company applied to the New Jersey legislature to incorporate the town of Jersey. The legislature enacted an act to incorporate the city of Jersey in the county of Bergen on January 28, 1820. Under the provision, 5 freeholders, including Varick, Day, and Radcliffe, were to be chosen as the Board of Selectmen of Jersey City, thereby establishing the first governing body of the emerging municipality. The city was reincorporated on January 23, 1829, and again on February 22, 1838, at which time it became completely independent of North Bergen and was given its present name. On February 22, 1840, it became part of the newly created Hudson County. During the 19th century, former slaves reached Jersey City on one of the 4 routes of the Underground Railroad that led to the city. Soon after the Civil War, the idea arose of uniting all of the towns of Hudson County east of the Hackensack River into one municipality. A bill was approved by the state legislature on April 2, 1869, with a special election to be held on October 5, 1869. An element of the bill provided that only contiguous towns could be consolidated. While a majority of the voters across the county approved the merger, the only municipalities that had approved the consolidation plan and that adjoined Jersey City were Hudson City and Bergen City. The consolidation began on March 17, 1870, taking effect on May 3, 1870. 3 years later, the present outline of Jersey City was completed when Greenville agreed to merge into the Greater Jersey City. In the late 1880s, 3 passenger railroad terminals opened in Jersey City next to the Hudson River: Pavonia Terminal, Exchange Place, and Communipaw. Tens of millions of immigrants passed through these stations as they made their way westward from Ellis Island into the United States. The railroads transformed the geography of the city by building the Erie Cut as well as several large freight rail yards. Jersey City was a dock and manufacturing town for much of the 19th and 20th centuries. Much like New York City, Jersey City has always been a destination for new immigrants to the United States. In its heyday before World War II, German, Irish, and Italian immigrants found work at Colgate, Cloro, or Dixon Ticonderoga. In 1908, the first permanent disinfection system for drinking water in the U.S. was installed on the water supply for the city by John L. Leal. The Hudson Tubes opened in 1911, allowing passengers to take the train to Manhattan as an alternative to the extensive ferry system. The Black Tom explosion occurred on July 30, 1916, as an act of sabotage on American ammunition supplies by German agents to prevent the materials from being used by the Allies in World War I. From 1917 to 1947, Jersey City was governed by Mayor Frank Hague. Originally elected as a candidate supporting reform in governance, the Jersey City History website says his name is synonymous with the early 20th century urban American blend of political favoritism and social welfare known as bossism. Hague ran the city with an iron fist while, at the same time, molding governors, United States senators, and judges to his whims. Boss Hague was known to be loud and vulgar, but dressed in a stylish manner, earning him the nickname King Hankapanky. In his later years in office, Hague would often dismiss his enemies as Reds or Commies. Hague lived like a millionaire, despite having an annual salary that never exceeded $8,500. He was able to maintain a 14-room duplex apartment in Jersey City, a suite at the Plaza Hotel in Manhattan, and a palatial summer home in the seaside community of Deal, and travel to Europe yearly in the royal suites of the best ocean liners. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and click the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. See you in the next one.